My parents stole the $35,000 I'd saved for endometriosis surgery and used it to throw themselves a party. Not just any party. A 5-year anniversary bash at the country club, meant to outshine the Pettons. That's all it ever was to them, one-upping people. I didn't even know the truth until 2 years later. When I found out and posted about it on Facebook, my mom panicked. She actually hired a PR firm, tried to get me fired, but the country club's event coordinator still had the receipt. The party? Oh, it was legendary. A full-blown gala. 200 guests, string quartet, ice sculptures of swans, an open bar with imported liquor. Everyone raved. "You've outdone yourself, Patricia," they kept saying. "What an elegant affair," chimed another. Mom was glowing, preening like a peacock. She kept saying, 5 years only happens once, and pretending it was all about me and my boyfriend, but something felt off. She kept slipping away to the bathroom and returning with freshly applied lipstick and a stiff, practiced smile. When I tried to thank her, she dismissed me with a brittle laugh. "Just focus on mingling, sweetie," she said, scanning the crowd like she was expecting a celebrity to walk in. The venue alone was a historic mansion. White glove servers, a champagne tower, a professional photographer and videographer. I assumed they'd paid for it because they thought my boyfriend and I would be getting married eventually. An investment, maybe. 3 days later, reality snapped back like a slap to the face. "Miss Harrison, this is Dr. Kumar's office. We need to discuss your upcoming surgery payment." "What about it?" I asked, my throat already dry. "The $35,000 deposit was declined. The account has insufficient funds." I drove straight to my parents' house. They were watching TV like it was a normal Tuesday. Mom was folding laundry. Dad was half asleep in his recliner. "We need to talk," I said, trembling. "About what, dear?" Mom asked, never pausing her folding. "My surgery account. It's empty." She didn't even flinch. "Oh, we needed it for your anniversary party." "You spent my surgery fund on a party?" She sighed, as if I was being difficult. The Petton's daughter only had a restaurant dinner for her 5-year anniversary. How would it look if we did less? People might think you were a loose woman. "I need that surgery," I whispered. "The endometriosis is getting worse." Dad sat up. "You are young. You can wait a few years. Save again." "A few years? I'm in constant pain. Some days I can't even work." "Don't be so dramatic," Mom muttered. "Women have dealt with these things forever. You'll manage." They took my medical future and burned it to the ground, just to maintain appearances. 2 months. That's how close the surgery was. I'd done all the pre-op work, scheduled time off. Now it was all gone. That night, I called Aunt Sarah, my mom's estranged sister. Now I finally understood their falling out. "That selfish witch," Aunt Sarah snapped when I told her, "Come stay with me. We'll figure it out." But living without the surgery was hell. I missed work constantly. Lost my job. Got another one. Lost that too. Painkillers barely touched the agony. Some mornings I couldn't even stand up straight. Meanwhile, my parents thrived. Country club events, wine tastings, galas, smiling for photos in designer clothes, never once asking how I was doing, never offering help. Meanwhile, my parents thrived. Country club events, wine tastings, galas, smiling for photos in designer clothes, never once asking how I was doing, never offering help. 2 years later, I finally got the surgery. Aunt Sarah helped. I took a medical loan, started a GoFundMe. The relief was instant. For the first time in years, I could work. I was promoted twice in 6 months. Then Mom posted about me on her private Facebook. She wrote a long, emotional essay about how proud she was that I'd overcome adversity and how she had taught me resilience. "Sometimes parents must make hard choices," she wrote. "But look how strong she became." That's when I snapped. I took screenshots of everything: her post, my bank records, the GoFundMe, the ER visits, the medical bills. I posted them all publicly. Hard choices? I wrote. You mean stealing my $35,000 surgery fund to impress her country club friends? I posted it, sobbing, then turned off my phone. When I turned it on an hour later, everything had changed. 5,000 shares, then 10,000. Comments pouring in from strangers and people we both knew, even members of Mom's precious country club. She called, screaming, but her voice was distorted. Maybe she used a burner app. Mrs. Wellington uninvited me from the charity board, she shrieked. In the background I heard Dad's voice. Maybe we deserve this, Patricia. That's when I started saving everything. Every message, every comment. Margaret Hutchinson. Then I realized something horrifying. At the party, when Mom kept vanishing and reapplying lipstick, it wasn't vanity. She still had my college application password. She'd been reading my emails, my job applications, everything. My privacy wasn't just violated, it was obliterated. Even Dr. Marcus, my old therapist, emailed me. Mom had approached him at the country club during tennis. He broke confidentiality and emailed me concerns she raised about my behavior. I reported him to the therapy board. She turned even my healing process into a weapon. But cracks formed. The pharmacist who'd filled my pain meds for years commented publicly, confirmed I'd often chosen between groceries and medication. His testimony blew a hole in her dramatic daughter's story. Then, at 2 a.m. my phone buzzed. Boyfriend. His mother gave him one last ultimatum. He packed up and moved in with his sister. He chose me. I cried for hours. But the hacking continued. Google sent alerts. Login attempts from Mom's neighborhood. I locked everything down. Enabled 2FA. Stored my evidence in multiple encrypted locations. Authorities wouldn't care. This would be fought in the public eye. More supporters arrived. GoFundMe donors shared their own stories. Parents who drained college funds, used identities, stole birthday money. This wasn't just my story, it was systemic. Then Aunt Sarah found old bank statements. Birthday money, Christmas gifts, paper route earnings, all borrowed. An anonymous message from a club employee. Your mom's in the lobby crying about her disturbed daughter. Half the members believe her, half don't. The staff knows she's lying. She even tried to poison my relationship with my own therapist. She tried to erase my reputation, my job, my sanity. But in the end, it was her image that cracked. I didn't have to destroy her. I just had to survive her. And I did. My parents stole my surgery fund to throw a country club party. Then my mom tried to frame me for a crime. Everything exploded in aisle 7 of the grocery store. Mascara streaked down her face as she grabbed my arm by the produce section, eyes wild. Was destroying me worth it? She hissed. I pulled away, calm and cold, kept shopping. Her breakdown became a spectacle. Shoppers stared. Some filmed. She followed me to the parking lot, waving an envelope, $10,000 in cash, begging me to delete the truth I'd posted. I refused. That's when her mask shattered. She threatened to destroy everything I loved. I hit record on my phone. That night, my dad's sister called. She said the family had known for years, knew about Patricia's lies, her manipulation, her spending addictions. Even the pastor had tried to intervene. My blood ran cold. The truth spread like wildfire. Her inner circle shrank to 5 women, all with their own skeletons. Even they started backing away. Then the bank called. Suspicious login attempts. Someone knew the answers to my security questions. I changed everything. My boyfriend, he went public, posted my story, declared his love, said he'd marry me with or without his wealthy mother's approval. His mom flipped, but he stood firm. Aunt Sarah and I bonded over trauma. She told me about Mom's decade-old affair. I could have used it to ruin her, but I didn't. I wasn't her. Mom cornered me at the pharmacy. You know I made you, she spat. I can unmake you, I whispered. You already tried. I survived. Then came the final cracks. 3 nurses from my surgery confirmed online. No one came. No family visits. I was completely alone. Her charity co-chair resigned. Her lawyer dropped her. Her bank records were real. My story was bulletproof. Even her country club turned on her. The $35,000 she stole from my medical fund, it matched the party invoice exactly. Dad finally broke. He posted online he'd enabled her too long. He confirmed everything. Then the bank called. Suspicious login attempts. Someone knew the answers to my security questions. I changed everything. My boyfriend, he went public, posted my story, declared his love, said he'd marry me with or without his wealthy mother's approval. His mom flipped, but he stood firm. Aunt Sarah and I bonded over trauma. She told me about Mom's decade-old affair. I could have used it to ruin her, but I didn't. I wasn't her. Mom cornered me at the pharmacy. "You know I made you," she spat. "I can unmake you," I whispered. "You already tried." I survived. Then came the final cracks. 3 nurses from my surgery confirmed online. No one came. No family visits. I was completely alone. Her charity co-chair resigned. Her lawyer dropped her. Her bank records were real. My story was bulletproof. Even her country club turned on her. The $35,000 she stole from my medical fund, it matched the party invoice exactly. Dad finally broke. He posted online he'd enabled her too long. He confirmed everything. And the support came pouring in, strangers, survivors, even my boyfriend's sister, church ladies, cousins, old family friends. Then she showed up at my work, told the receptionist she wished I'd suffered longer. It was all caught on security footage. Still, I didn't retaliate. I posted one thing: "Thank you for the support. I'm moving forward with love." That was enough. The country club removed her from every position. My boyfriend, he went public, posted my story, declared his love, said he'd marry me with or without his wealthy mother's approval. His mom flipped, but he stood firm. Aunt Sarah and I bonded over trauma. She told me about Mom's decade-old affair. I could have used it to ruin her, but I didn't. I wasn't her. Mom cornered me at the pharmacy. "You know I made you," she spat. "I can unmake you," I whispered. "You already tried." I survived. Then came the final cracks. 3 nurses from my surgery confirmed online. No one came. No family visits. I was completely alone. Her charity co-chair resigned. Her lawyer dropped her. Her bank records were real. My story was bulletproof. Even her country club turned on her. The $35,000 she stole from my medical fund, it matched the party invoice exactly.